Hey, welcome to Zach's Tech Turf and my new series, Gaming on Sunday Morning, which is where I'm going to be checking out a new free game every single Sunday morning with you guys, and I encourage you guys to check this game out with me. I guess I could stop saying that this is a new series. I think this is episode 6 right now. Episode 5 last week was with the very popular PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battlegrounds, but today we're going to be checking out pretty much the same exact game, but free to play, which is called Last Man Standing. Now, Last Man Standing is kind of a rip-off of PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battlegrounds. I'm not quite sure who had the idea first. It's just a battle royale type game. It's 100 players, but I'm going to tell you why I actually like this game a little bit better than the super popular version of Battlegrounds. So let's jump right into that. I want to remind you guys that I have my full written review of all these games I play over on my website, which will be the first link down in the description. So, like I said, 100% Battle Royale system. Before we jump into the game here, let's go to the Steam store page, and I want to show you guys what's going on here. So as you can see, it was released on March 29th of 2017, which is less than 3 weeks ago, and it already has 2,370 reviews. Now, you guys know I base my game decisions for this series off of how many reviews it gets, because that's a really good measure of how popular it is. Right now, the overall user rating is sitting at mixed, which I think is pretty accurate. It could be a little bit higher in my opinion. Let's scroll down here to the system requirements. I actually didn't get enough time to benchmark this game on multiple systems. It's running really well on my GTX 980. It seems pretty optimized, actually probably a little bit more than PLAYERUNKNOWN Battlegrounds is, but if you guys try this game, make sure you let me know how it runs on your computers. So the minimum requirements here are an i5-2400 or an AMD FX 6100, 6GB of RAM, and a GTX 460. Recommended is an i7-3770 or an AMD FX 8350, 6GB of RAM again, and a GTX 970, which I think would be pretty accurate, but like I said, I didn't get to benchmark it on multiple systems, so that's about it. Let's jump back into the game here, because I'm pretty excited. Last time I streamed this with you guys, I had a terrible death in PLAYERUNKNOWN Battlegrounds, so you guys know I'm not the best at talking and playing at the same time. We're going to get better at it, and I'm excited to have a good game here. So the first thing that really stood out to me for this game is the UI is so much cleaner than Battlegrounds is. If you look at these menus here, I mean, this game looks like it's been in development for a long time. And I'm really a fan of that. I'm going to give you a quick tour around it before we actually jump into a game. Here on the main page, you can see that there's different game modes. Solo play, which is what I usually play. Squad play, which is the squads of 4, I think. Yeah, squads of 4. And duo, which they just added. It's still in beta test, as you can see. So your results don't get posted to the ranked leaderboards yet. But, I mean, it's almost here. So that feature is here. And it also has Proving Grounds, which is basically unranked play. If you die, you can respawn real quick. And it's just a way to test the guns out and stuff. Moving over to the right here, it shows your level, your XP, game played, all that good stuff. And I really like the trophy system, how it has bronze, which I think is, I think it's top 20. I think silver is top 10, and I think gold is first place. It might be top 5. I think my best position is top 6. So, but yeah, let's go over to the stats page. Here you can see all my stats. You actually level up very slowly. I have about 3 hours into the game so far, and I'm still only level 2, about to hit 3. I've done 11 games. I love how it keeps track of all these. I don't even know what I don't think these are kills. I'm not sure what that is, or even this. It shows you all your stats just like Battlegrounds does, but the layout is just so much better, and I can't emphasize enough how much I appreciate the UI in this game. I really like it. Here you can go over to the customize screen, and you actually can unlock a ton of different customizations for your character starting out. And the really cool thing is you can either buy them via loot crates with gold that you earn in-game, or you can buy them with real money, of course. It's not pay to win. It's all, what's the word I'm looking for? Cosmetic stuff. But you can also, if you don't want to go through the loot crate, you can buy all these things individually, like taunts. See, this costs 2,500. I have 550 gold. So I love how you can buy everything individually. If you go to the armory here, you can look at all these different types of guns and then purchase camos for them. And they actually look pretty baller. So if you were to find one of these guns out in the real world, it would have your camo in it, which is a little bit personable. I really like it. I actually haven't unlocked a camo yet, but I'm going to keep playing this game in the future, so I definitely will unlock some stuff. And finally, we have the leaderboards here, just like Battlegrounds, where it shows a bunch of different stats and everything, and I really appreciate this. I love how competitive they make this with like having all your stats on the leaderboards. They also have a competition mode that's coming soon, which is going to be like a seasons, probably like Overwatch, where your ranking resets, or maybe your ranking at the end of the season helps the next season. I'm not quite sure yet, but we have to jump into a game here. This video's already been 6 minutes. So the controls are pretty much the same. I actually really like the movement of this game, like controlling your character more than Battlegrounds. I think it's much smoother actually. And once we jump into the game, like, I don't know. I think the graphics in this game are better. If it's not the graphics that are better, it's definitely the art style. The colors pop a little bit more. There's a little bit more saturation in the colors. It's more vivid. So I actually like it way better than Battlegrounds. But I know I'm going to keep comparing this to Battlegrounds. We just reviewed it last week, so I'm going to keep talking about this week. The problem that I have with this game so far that Battlegrounds does better is by the time you hit start, which I did a couple seconds ago, it takes a few minutes to jump into a game, sometimes like 3 to 5 minutes. You'll see here, we're going to get into that big open world where everybody gathers around, just like in Battlegrounds, and you have to wait your turn. It usually takes like 2.5 to 3 minutes, so I really don't know what I'm going to talk about until then, but we're just going to wait and see here. I'm going to go over the stuff that I wanted to talk about. You'll see that, here we go. So here are the graphics. I want to know what you guys think right off the bat. I actually think they're a little bit better than Battlegrounds, like I said. It says here at the top of the screen that the game will begin in 1 minute and 35 seconds. And this is what it looks like. That's my character so far. I have the clown mask unlocked. I think that's the only thing. Oh, I actually have those jeans too. You want to fight? Let's go. So yeah, this is basically the same exact concept as Battlegrounds, where you just go and punch everybody. But let's go explore this world here, just so you can see some of the textures and everything. It does have a really nice rule book that's posted up here. You'll see here that it says teaming up with other players is not allowed in solo games. I'm actually not sure how much this is enforced. I guess they have ways that they can tell if people are teaming up, but I really like that they have that rule. Teaming up is considered cheating. Teaming up will result in a suspension. Have fun and kill everyone. So that's pretty cool that they put that here. This is all the people. This is 100 people battle royale, just like Battlegrounds. Now the thing about this game is the map is much smaller and the games are way quicker. You have that surrounding zone on the map where it's gonna keep shrinking and shrinking, and you have to get out of it, or if the barrier moves past you, you know you're gonna die, just like in Battlegrounds. But it moves quicker in this game, and they promise that no game will last more than 25 minutes, which is really cool. I guess at the 25-minute mark, the map will be 0, and there's one person. I don't know how they can actually make sure it's only 25 minutes, but every game I've played so far has been super quick. It's actually really quick when you are terrible at video games and you die easily. But once that countdown is done, then you get to this next countdown, which says the match is going to start in 20 minutes. So once we port in here, you don't jump or parachute from a plane like you do in Battlegrounds. You actually just randomly spawn somewhere. This is a little bit of RNG related because you could spawn somewhere that doesn't have any weapons. Most of the time, you're going to find weapons here, and here we go. So we spawn at this little camp. Most of these camps are the same. And we're just going to start picking up all these items here. There's shields and armor. You always want to have that 300 armor. And here's a gun right off the bat. It looks like it's a shotgun, actually. Now, the thing I don't like about this game is the weapons are all made up. So you really don't know what you're getting until you... Like, I personally look at what the gun looks like, the shape of it. And then I also look at the crosshair. Here you can see that it's definitely going to be a shotgun. You can carry 2 weapons at one time. Oh, there we go. There's a good weapon. We'll take that. The Thor is actually a really good gun. So the attachments are a little bit harder to find. But yeah, like I said, the thing I don't like about this game is... just lost my train of thought here. This is what happens when I'm playing and talking at the same time. But you have no way of knowing what the gun is, so I'm not a big fan of that. Another similarity is there are supply drops, and they will be marked like very noticeably on the map, so you know where all the supply drops are, which attracts a lot of people. And in this game, most people are already smart enough to know that you shouldn't go to the supply. Let me turn on my light here. That you shouldn't go to the supply drops because you're just going to get killed. A lot of people camp the supply drops instead of actually taking what's in there. See, here we go. Supply drop has spawned, and boom, right there it is. So yeah, very noticeable, very easy to camp. And there's no vehicles in this game. Well, you can see some vehicles. I thought I just saw some, but none of them are drivable, which is kind of a bummer. And the biggest problem with this game right now, and I'm assuming it's going to be fixed in development, is the map is really, really boring. Here, down there, you can see that there's a very small town with 4 buildings. It's nothing like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. There's just not a lot of places to pick up weapons. Almost everybody's going to start in one of those tent type things, and if you don't, you are going to start in a building. So the cool thing is you're almost guaranteed to have a gun to start. There's only been one match that I've played so far where there wasn't a gun immediately available. Oh, here's a guy. Now I want to keep the stream going, so I'm not actually going to hunt him down. I'm just going to hide over here. But the cool thing about spawning with a gun is you're pretty much always guaranteed at least one gunfight in this game. Unlike PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, where you could go 10 minutes and not even find a gun, which happens pretty often, I would say, honestly. Or 5 minutes, maybe. So it's very cool that you have a guaranteed gunfight in this game. And if you guys recall from last week's episode, that was actually one of the things that I said I didn't like about it. And I wish that it was easier to find guns. So that's definitely a plus of this, but the huge downfall is the map is just so boring. There you can see kind of a little town, but if you look at it, there's still only 3 buildings here that would actually have weapons in it. So there's not enough looting in this game. Like, when you're in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, you're just going from place to place, picking up all these weapons and attachments and stuff. And here it's just, if you don't get a good starting weapon, you're kind of screwed because it's really hard to find a weapon outside of that starting tent or wherever you start. The cool to see here is probably another place where someone started. Actually, they probably didn't because all these weapons are still here. So they has like a shield here that you can use that a lot of people... This is really good in a gunfight. You have your standard med kits and painkillers and ammo you have to pick up. But the really cool thing that this has going for it over PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is your inventory is unlimited. Now you can only have 3 in the bottom left hand corner that are quick use. Like right now I have the med kit, the shield, and napalm, like a little napalm bomb or something. But you can pick up absolutely everything. There's no backpacks to equip or anything, which is really cool. There aren't individual pieces of armor to pick up. You only pick up that 300 that you see in the bottom right-hand corner. So that's the only armor. You can switch between first and third person. This is what first person looks like. Battlegrounds says that they're coming out with a first person only mode. I hope Last Man Standing comes out with the same thing because I really like it. But yeah, so that's pretty much the game here. It's the same concept of you're going to build up so much intense in this game, and then when you finally see somebody, you're gonna freak out and your aim's gonna be terrible and you're gonna die. That's what happens to me every time. With the map being so open, I feel like this game's a little bit too easy to just hide the whole game, because I mean nobody is gonna find me if I hang out here, lay down. Nobody's gonna find me. I do this all the time and people just walk right by. Like, they could be right here, just walk right by, and then I get an easy kill. Now, you do need to make sure that you're somewhere in the center of the map here. Like, I'll eventually get hit by the red map. It's also a little bit of a downfall that there's no red zones like there are in Battlegrounds where they shoot bombs everywhere. You can just camp in this game all you want as long as you're in the zone. So the scoreboard, or no, not the scoreboard, the inventory here, you can see exactly what you got. There is a ton of weapon customization. If you hit F6 here, maybe. Okay, I'm not sure why. There it is. You can customize your weapon. Actually, most weapons have, let me get a better weapon here, the Thor. Most weapons have all of these customizations, just like you have your sights, your magazine, bottom rail, muzzle, stuff like that, just like Battlegrounds, which is very cool. You can alternate between auto and single fire like I just did there. And that's pretty much it. My biggest thing with this game is I don't like the map. The map is way too open. I'm going to actually run in here. I wouldn't normally run into a city like this, but I want to get some action and show you guys before this video is about to be over. But yeah, the map is just too wide open. This game isn't popular like Battlegrounds. I think it should be. I never had a problem finding a game or anything. Oh, there I'm getting shot. See, I have no idea. Guy was hiding in the bushes. The cool thing is when you die, though, it kind of does that zoomed out thing. It doesn't give you a kill cam, but it does zoom out. It shows you what weapon they were using and how far away they were. So you can at least get some information about who killed you, which was a thing that I hated about Battlegrounds. You had no idea where you got shot or anything. You saw the direction of the blood, so I could see where I was getting shoot for. Basically, it's a little bit more Care Bear than Battlegrounds. So for those of you that think Battlegrounds is a little bit too hardcore, this game's a pretty good option. And here at the end, once again, the UI is just, it's so much better than Battlegrounds. I just love the way that this game looks. And honestly, the UI and the fluidity of moving and the customization is really what is going to keep me coming back to this game. I'm still going to play Battlegrounds, and if you guys want to play either of these games with me, make sure you hit me up on Twitter at zachstechturf. But I'm definitely going to be coming back to this game. I think we're 6 for 6 so far for games. I'm going to play every single game that I've reviewed so far. Like I said earlier, I want to remind you guys that if you don't want to watch my terrible gameplay for this series, check out my website where it's all written reviews, which will be the first link in the description. I also just realized that I didn't ask you guys what I'm sipping on or what you're sipping on. I'm sipping on some Powerade Zero today. You guys know I love this. Make sure you guys let me know in the comment section what you're sipping on. If you guys do let me know in the comment section what you're sipping on, then I'll know that you've watched 17 minutes of me rambling about this game, and I truly appreciate that. So if you want to show some love, let me know what you're sipping on, and I'll know that you watched this for that long, because I didn't say it in the beginning of the game. And that's going to wrap this up. Next week, we have a game that I'm super excited about. I don't want to spoil it yet, but I want to play these games with you guys. So make sure you hit me up over on Twitter or in the comment section. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a like down below to help support my channel. And as always, thank you for watching. And please subscribe for more Zach's Tech Turf videos.